Go ahead with your report.
Sherman 10, thank you. Run number SS2201 increased dizziness and a gradual onset of a severe headache. These case today, the symptoms were just not being resolved with home medication, Tylenol, so he contacted 911 for transport.
You know, you're doing your MDIs and your neb treatment, so you're doing some of the respiratory work, so thank you. And then if you end up with COVID, it's okay. Just come see me. I'll talk you through the process. There is a 10-page memo. You don't need to read it. I can explain it to you and tell you what different options we have as far as leave go. Remember, everybody has COVID. We don't know. Even if you're tested negative, you can still have COVID. And our goal for the day is very simple. We just need to discharge as many patients and transfer as many patients as we possibly can.
If people were to see how severe it is here, I think it's sad, and sometimes it gets depressing because you have patients who don't always make it out of the hospital. And so realizing that it's still going on and it's an ongoing problem. The COVID patients, we genuinely just are trying to help them get better. I just wish that everyone knew we were all doing our best.
I appreciate that though.
We're literally doing everything we can to see everybody. Because again, it's your emergency, right? It's it's your worst day. But everybody's worst day might be a little bit different. What I wish people knew is that, I'm a single mom, right? So I have to come to work at 7 and figure out how to get my daughter to school. And rely on a lot of people. But I'm working more than ever, which is okay. I like my work, or I wouldn't be here, but sorry. It just got to me. But I think we're all a little bit on the edge.
It's definitely different than last year. Last year, people were still a little afraid to come to the hospital. This year, we're very popular people. I think that with mass numbers comes mass emotions, but we truly are a family, and we stand up for each other, and we have support, and so we get through it.
We have become like the gatekeepers of the ICU, and we have to determine who's the sickest, who really deserves that bed. And it's a really tough spot. And then on top of that is, our staff is all getting sick. And that's another big difference between what happened, the last several surgeries and this one. You'd have 1 or 2 staff out. We have 5, 6, staff out per shift.
There's been a lot of talk about burnout on the front lines, and I'll be the first to acknowledge that at the end of the year I personally did have a lot of burnout, and I personally tested positive on the 2nd of January and wound up having to be confined and quarantined in my own home and missed a vacation with my family.
There's a lot of burnout, there's a lot of emotional stuff going, but you just have to pull through it and just take it for that shift at a time. You can't look for tomorrow because tomorrow ain't here, and you just have to be here today and just deal with it. And that's what works.